Murray Math. Today we're going to talk about several subjects. One subject we want to talk about is the fact that the stock market, for some reason people say the stock market's random. It's a shame that the intelligentsia of this nation wants, in the public schools and the universities, want to keep a secret that the markets are random. One way you can figure out if the market's random is to ask a person, why would the market stop in 1929 at 375 points? It stopped at 375 points and then went up to 38.125 points, 381. Question is, why did it stop in October of 1929? Now, you can figure the high in the market from the high, or figure the low in the market from the low, or you can multiply the high times the low and get the same answer. So the question is, the market started, the United States was conceived in 1492, it was born on December 17th, 1773, and exactly 156.25 years, which equals the weather pattern El Nino. That's 156.25 divided by 8 would be 19.53125 years. So the Dow Jones runs at 19.53125 points times 3 or times 5, 3/8 and 5/8. So the 1929 high was 375. 375 squared is 140,625. The low, 1932, right after July the 4th, the market was $37.50 and it closed at 38.125 points. So 3750 squared is 140625. 140625. Move the decimal over, that would be 14,00625. So you see, we've taken the high and squared the high and taken the low and squared the low. We moved the decimal back from the high, it comes out at 14,00625. We took the low and took the decimal and moved it to the right, it was 14,0625, 14,065. So if you take 3750, fifth grade logic would tell you that 3750, 37.5 times 375 would be 14,00625. Every fifth grader would know that if any number was squared, was 2 decimals to the left or right of the other number, the same number would be achieved by 375 multiplied by 3750, fifth grade math. So the Dow Jones stalled on October the 9th, 2007. That would be exactly 78.125 years past 1929 crash of 156.25 years. 156.25 years would be 1/64th of 10,000. The ice age was set to 10,000 years. So 1/64th in time would be 156.25 years. Then as time moves to the right, it would want to slow down at a half note, or 1/28th of 10,000 would be 78.125 years. So you would have 78.125, which is half of 1.565. Added together would be 234.375 years, would give you October the 9th of 2007. Pythagoras said, look at the baby set to phi, which is 18.37, the royal cubic. So Pythagorean, the Muslims, the Jews, and the Egyptian pharaohs all used 18.75 as the royal cubit. So 18.75 divided by 6 would be 3.125, which would be the perfect number 6, and the harmonic number would be 3.125. 1/8 of the royal cubit would be 2.34375. So if you move the decimal over to the right, you would have 23.34375, or 234,375, 234.375 years. So from the time the Boston Tea Party, it was known as something reaches 8/8. 8/8 in the case would be a 19.53125 years times 8 would be 156.25 years. The next sequence would be half of that, which would be 78.125, would equal 234.375. So from the Boston Tea Party, it was already known. The curious thing is, we quit paying taxes on tea and we started paying taxes on whiskey and wine. Wine is 140625, 1406.25%. Move the decimal over, that's 14,0625. That was the all-time high in 2007. And 2007 was the 153 years based upon 1854. 1854 was the GOP, the Grand Old Party. The Republican Party was started July the 4th, 1854, and took part in the first election campaign on October the 9th, 1854. Come forward 153 fish. That's John 21:5. That comes out to be exactly 2007. Every 17 years after 1854, you see a reverse in the U.S. economy. 17 years equals 2 times pi. Thank you. That's it.